Just when it feels like the skies belong only to factories and big corporations, some people prove otherwise by building their own airplanes right in their garages. With pipes, plywood, old engines and a whole lot of ingenuity, they bring real flying machines to life. Today, we're going to take a peek into the world of homemade aviation, where the dream of flight is built by hand and powered by passion. Time to take off. The Mini Max family of aircraft first flew in 1984. Built mostly from wood with plywood joints, it features a fabric covering sealed with varnish. Most models have an open cockpit with a windshield. The wingspan is 8 meters, except for the early versions with 7.6 meter wings. Both the wing and the horizontal stabilizer are supported by struts. The only suspension comes from the air in the tires. All Mini-Max aircraft are single-seaters. The empty weight is 181 kilograms and the fuel tank holds 38 liters. The 1650R Eros version is equipped with a 50 horsepower Rotax 503 engine. The top speed reaches 130 km per hour, while the cruising speed is 121 km per hour. Service ceiling is 3,700 meters. The aircraft was designed to meet ultralight regulations, and some variants still qualify. Its simple construction makes it possible to build one in a garage, as long as you've got the right tools. Is building a Kitfox STI difficult? Professionals would say no, but you'll still need to put in the work. The process is more like a craft, where every step demands precision and patience. The fuselage is assembled with stringers to prevent buckling, and the ribs are trimmed for better aerodynamics. Then come the vertical stabilizer and rudder, which require careful handling. Metal straps, bushings and bearings are fine-tuned in a machine shop and polished with sandpaper to ensure a perfect fit. Levers, the control column and plastic bushings all undergo detailed treatment to eliminate friction and allow smooth movement. After a month in the garage, your own aircraft is ready to take flight. The Flybaby is a wooden monoplane with an open cockpit. It was designed by Peter M. Bowers, who worked at Boeing. His first flight was built in 1962, the same year it won a home-built aircraft competition. Builders follow detailed blueprints, typically working in garages with basic tools. More than 500 have been completed so far. The plane is built for a single pilot. It's 5.7 meters long with a wingspan of 8.5 meters. It's powered by an 85 horsepower Continental C85 engine. The top speed is 194 km per hour. The landing gear has no suspension, just wooden struts and rubber tires. The wings can be folded in 15 minutes. There are also biplane, seaplane and two-seat versions. The Flybaby is still being built today by fans using plans sold by the designer's family. This is a dream come true for anyone who ever wanted a personal jet in their garage. The compact and affordable SubSonex JSX2 opens up a whole new level of fun for pilots. It's powered by a PBS TJ100 turbojet engine with 1,150 newtons of thrust. The plane cruises at up to 386 km per hour with a range of 663 km. The fuselage is 5 meters long with a wingspan of 5.5 meters. The cockpit's pretty tight, just 61 centimeters wide. The SubSonex JSX2 is sold as a kit and is easier to start than a motorcycle. Just turn the key and off you go. The price is $148,000. If a garage smells like glue and freshly sanded metal, and there are wing panels on the workbench, that's because someone's building an ultralight Airbike 103. The process begins with mounting a Kawasaki 440 engine in the nose. followed by a long series of tests. Balance, forward and backward movement, side control and material calibration all have to be checked. The plane needs just 19 litres of fuel. It tops out at 64 km per hour, and you don't even need a pilot's license to fly it. By the way, the seat is handmade. One of the smallest planes in the world is the Rutan Long-EZ. It's sold as a kit, so you'll have to assemble it yourself. It features a pusher propeller, a canard layout, and a swept wing with wingtip rudders. The engine produces 115 horsepower, with a top speed of 298 km per hour. It has a range of 3,230 km and a ceiling of 8,200 meters. The maximum takeoff weight is 600 kilograms. The Long-EZ is flown using a side-stick controller. Back in 1979, one flew 7,700 kilometers non-stop. The design is highly customizable. There are versions with diesel, electric, and rocket engines, as well as tandem seats. In 1997, 2 Long-EZs circled the globe. Reliable, efficient, and surprisingly elegant, this plane is still being built by aviation enthusiasts around the world. A group of enthusiasts built a giant drone capable of lifting a human. The project kicked off in 2019. The early prototype had 6 propellers, later reduced to 4. At first it only flew mannequins, but eventually they added a proper cockpit, and then a real pilot at the controls. In September 2021, they integrated a web server into the setup. It collects data from the flight controller and sends it to an iPad, showing control signals, accelerometer, gyroscope, compass, and GPS readings. It also monitors the battery voltage and the power system temperature. The SD-1 Mini Sport is one of the lightest and most affordable planes on the market. It's built from wood, composite materials, and XPS foam. Empty weight starts at just 115 kilograms. It's designed for pilots up to 185 centimeters tall, though a longer version is also available. Behind the removable seat back, there's a 40-liter luggage compartment. The wingspan is 6 meters, and the fuel tank holds 35 liters. The stall speed with flaps is 63 km per hour, and the maximum speed in turbulence is 163 km per hour. The SD-1 stands out for its simplicity, comfort, and playful spirit. The single-seat E12NK weighs only 98 kilograms. It's so light that it doesn't need to be registered. The plane features folding wings, which can be deployed in under an hour. Its top speed is 85 km per hour, and it only needs 30 to 60 meters to take off. The engine produces 26 horsepower, so pilots over 80 kilograms should probably look elsewhere. 100 of these planes have been built so far. The most basic version costs just $7,500. An aircraft with the curious name Flying Flea first took off in 1933. Its name comes from the French nickname for the Ford Model T, the Flea. French inventor Henri Minier dreamed of creating a flying version of that iconic car, a simple aircraft for the everyday person. The prototype, called the HM14, was made of wood and fabric. It had 2 wings, one in front and one in the back, and was controlled with just a single stick. The engine produced 17 horsepower. The wingspan measured 6 meters, and the fuselage was 3.5 meters long. It could fly at a top speed of 100 kilometers per hour, with a minimum speed of 40 kilometers per hour, and its maximum takeoff weight was 204 kilograms. Minier published a detailed guide for building the plane, and aviation enthusiasts quickly followed suit. Over 300 variations have been made, some with 2 seats, some foldable, and others equipped with more powerful engines. To this day, builders around the world continue to make their own Flying Fleas, light, accessible planes for true sky lovers. The Ultra Cruiser is one of the few ultralight planes made entirely of metal. It was designed by Maury Hummel in 1999 and took its first flight in 2000. You don't need a license or medical certificate to fly it. The empty weight ranges from 114 to 122 kilograms, and the wingspan is 7 meters. The plane handles smoothly and predictably. It's typically powered by a 4-stroke V-type engine, but other options are available, including a Volkswagen engine. The design is pretty simple. All parts come pre-cut and pre-drilled, and the wings are removable. It usually has a tricycle landing gear, but a tail wheel can be added too. The cockpit can be opened or enclosed, though with a canopy, the plane starts edging into the realm of a fully fledged civilian aircraft. The Ultra Cruiser has built a solid reputation thanks to its reliability, ease of construction, and affordability. The Open Sky M02J is hard to call a full-fledged aircraft. It's more like a scooter with wings. The creator openly admits he was inspired by lightweight wheeled vehicles. The M02J is controlled by shifting your body like a motorcycle or a snowboard. There's no proper cockpit. The pilot lies face down on top of the fuselage, but he doesn't mind. After all, it's his own invention. This aircraft is one of a kind and only flies over Japan. This plane, nicknamed Ryzhij, which means redhead, weighs 115 kilograms. It's a blend of several construction methods. The fuselage is welded from stainless steel tubing, the wings are reinforced with metal on top and fabric underneath, and the landing gear is built in a pyramid configuration using car leaf spring shock absorbers. Control linkages are external for easy inspection. The wings are bolted on and supported by struts. It's powered by a lightweight RMZ250 engine with a modified Mikuni carburetor. The fuel tank holds 10 liters, and fuel consumption is 5 to 6 liters per hour. The plastic float is mounted on the tail for balance. The takeoff speed is 65 km per hour, while the cruising speed is around 80 to 85 km per hour. The controls are smooth and the response is gentle. The inventor of the plane is happy with the result, though he admits the plane has a bit of a temper. The ultralight Peabee was designed by British engineer Ben Ashman. It weighs just 61.4 kilograms without fuel, and even with a full tank it stays under 70 kilograms. Yet, it can carry a pilot and baggage up to 120 kilograms. This Bee reaches a top speed of 88 kilometers per hour and runs on a 26 horsepower engine spinning at 8,000 RPM. It's easy to control and responds well. It flies steady, holds course confidently, and reacts precisely to steering input. The build is carefully thought out. After 4 years of use, the Peabee has earned a reputation as one of the best in its class, ideal for those who want a light flying experience without compromising safety or handling. This aircraft was introduced in 2006. It takes just 6 minutes to get it ready for flight, and you can launch right from your backyard. The control panel is simple and user-friendly. It includes a heating system, speed indicator, and heading coordinator. There are switches for the lights and a manual flap control. The tyres are borrowed from an off-road vehicle, and the homemade brakes come from a mountain bike. The tail folds down easily. It's fitted with a 3-blade Ivo propeller, which improves fuel efficiency and affects overall speed. The Rotex 447 engine runs with a Bing 54 carburetor and produces around 40 horsepower. It starts effortlessly with a pull start. Climb rate averages 366 meters per minute, and this plane is built purely for fun. Here's another light sport aircraft for today's list. The pros call them ultralights. This one features blue and yellow wings, an open cockpit with 2 seats, and a tricycle-style landing gear. What more do you need for a smooth takeoff and landing? The CGS Hawk Arrow 2 is developed by enthusiasts in their garage and built for joyrides under clear skies. Some people love driving sports cars, while others would rather soar in a plane of their own. The Kitfox S7 is delivered as a kit. Building it takes about 1,000 hours. In the Supersport version, the wingspan is 9.5 meters, and the cockpit is a meter wide. The wings can be folded in just 15 minutes, making storage easy. The tanks hold up to 102 liters of fuel, and the baggage compartment can carry up to 68 kilograms. The takeoff roll is only 88 meters, and the landing distance is the same. The stall speed with flaps is 68 km per hour, while the cruising speed reaches 198 km per hour. Climb rate is 305 meters per minute. Maximum takeoff weight is 703 kilograms, and the frame can handle loads of up to 5.7 joules. Light, reliable, and versatile. That's the Kitfox S7. The lightweight Czech aircraft ZJ-Viera was once a popular choice in Eastern Europe. It was designed by Marek Ivanov in the city of Hradec Králové and sold both as a kit and fully assembled. The wingspan doesn't exceed 7.5 meters, and the aircraft weighs just 77 kilograms. It's powered by a 2-stroke Herth F33 engine, producing 26 horsepower, though a 22 horsepower version is also available. The propeller is wooden, 2-bladed and fixed pitch. The cruising speed is 110 km per hour, with a top speed of 130 km per hour. The fuel tank holds 12 liters, and the aircraft features a monowheel landing gear with small wheels at the wingtips. The cockpit is open with a windshield. Production ended in 2016, but aviation enthusiasts still remember the ZJ-Viera fondly. The Bushcat aircraft is built on a tubular aluminium frame with joints secured by stainless steel brackets. The skin is made from sailcloth that resists moisture, wind, and aging. The one-piece curved spring landing gear can handle rough landings. Inside the cockpit there are 2 seats and a single central control stick, positioned just in front of the shared armrest. This allows for one-handed flying, leaving the other hand free for the instrument panel. The throttle is conveniently integrated into the armrests, and both levers are linked to move in sync. There's plenty of room even for tall pilots. Under the hood is a Rotax 912 ULS, a 4-cylinder horizontally opposed naturally aspirated engine, known for its long-standing reliability in light aviation. The aircraft's flight and structural performance meet the highest standards. Every detail of the Bushcat has been thoughtfully designed. And here's how AI sees a crocodile-shaped airplane. It's impossible to believe, but a crocodile airplane actually existed. Back in the 1930s, the USSR built a passenger aircraft called the Ant-9, featuring a uniquely painted fuselage. It was often showcased at propaganda events, amusing crowds with its oddball appearance. The Ant-9 was a real workhorse of Soviet civil aviation, especially common in Siberia, the Far East, and Central Asia. Its cabin was simple, with 9 seats, a narrow aisle, and exposed beams you had to step over. In the tail, there was a bucket instead of a toilet. But the crocodile was not the only amphibian to take to the skies. A Belgian Air Force F-16 received a striking paint job that transformed it into a Viper. The design was created by a modern artist known as Wolf Thrower, who spent over 4 months gathering materials and sketching out the concept. Have you ever seen a sleeker flying machine? The Cirrus VK-30 made its debut in 1987 as the first project from Cirrus Design. It was sold as a kit for amateur construction. The design featured a pusher propeller and a mid-mounted 300 horsepower Continental IO 550G engine. Air intakes were built into the sides of the fuselage, and the 3-blade propeller sat behind the tail boom. The body was all composite, with a smooth laminar flow across the wings, fuselage and tail. The prototype was assembled in a barn by the Klappmeyer brothers, using parts salvaged from a crashed Piper Cherokee and de Havilland Heron. It had retractable landing gear and room for 5 people. The VK-30's first flight was on February 11, 1988. Around 40 kits were delivered before production ended in 1993. Still, the VK-30 became the foundation for future models, the Cirrus SR20, SR22, and even the Vision Jet. Russian inventor Vasily Sverbil has already built 7 flying machines in his garage. His latest creation is a single-seat helicopter. The cockpit is equipped with a serious-looking control panel featuring more than 10 gauges. It's operated via a control stick. Thanks to the tail's truss design, the helicopter stays lightweight. The landing gear is rigid with no shock absorption. The machine can be a bit temperamental. During one test, it failed to lift off due to hot weather, but that's a small issue for someone determined to take to the skies. You have to admit, this light aircraft looks a lot like a World War II fighter. Its design is about as classic as it gets. Built in 2017 in Bulgaria, it's equipped with a 90-horsepower BMW R1100 engine. The plane can reach a top speed of 300 km per hour. The empty weight comes in at 260 kilograms, and it has a range of about 450 kilometers. Fuel consumption is about 12 liters per hour. It's a single-seater designed for daytime flying under visual flight rules. The pilot must be between 168 and 173 centimeters tall and weigh between 68 and 75 kilograms. The price tag reads $22,500. Ready to see the simplest plane out there? Then take a close look. This homemade flying machine, nicknamed Zhuzhik 115, is gaining altitude. Its frame is based on a single boom, with the wing mounted at one point and held in place by cables. The whole thing weighs about 110 kilograms. A PMZ250 engine drives a pusher propeller with a 1.3 meter diameter. The fuel tank is mounted above the pilot and holds 10 liters, fed by gravity. Roll control is handled through levers and linkage, an unusual setup. Instead of ailerons, the wing panels themselves tilt. The control stick returns to center automatically. The main landing gear is pushed back, and there's a large wheel built into the tail to absorb some of the impact during landing. The aircraft passed all the tests successfully. It's as simple and dependable as an old bicycle. AI has been drawing all kinds of sharks for the last year, but none come close to this flying one. American enthusiasts got their hands on a Curtiss P-40, a World War II-era fighter. Production of the aircraft began in 1939, with nearly 14,000 units built and deployed across 26 countries. The final P-40 left the assembly line in November 1944. This single-seat plane has a wingspan of nearly 12 meters and an empty weight of 2,880 kilograms. Under the hood is a V12 Allison engine producing 1,150 horsepower. The top speed of this airborne shark is 580 km per hour. Naturally, the modern P40 isn't armed, but back in the day, this predator could tear through a tank column.